What up, Cosmonauts? Are you ready for an artistic episode? Okay, let's get started. Before we get started, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you're new here, please subscribe. It costs nothing at all. Just takes a little, hey, check this out. To be me or not to be me? Look at his grill, makes Lil Wayne jealous. Anyways, art. It's something that stimulates the individual's thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or ideas through the senses. It's a diverse range of human activity and its resulting product that involves creative or imaginative talent, generally expressive of technical proficiency, beauty, emotional power of conceptual idea. So basically art. There's no generally agreed upon definition of what constitutes as art. Is this art? Is that art? Is this vest that I'm wearing art? Hell yeah, it is. Am I art? Its interpretation, art that is, has varied greatly throughout history and across culture. In Western tradition, the three classical branches of visual arts are painting. Okay, just like that, yeah. I'm gonna put a little tree right here. Just like that, a little happy tree. Sculpture, oh my love, and architecture. Did you put that beam there? The beam is not supposed to go right there. Homeboy's gonna fall right through the freaking roof, come on. And then theater dance. Oh my God. Performing arts, literature, music. She said she loved you, but you don't really mean it. Interactive media got thrown in the mix somewhere. And then film. This episode is about art, and there's no better art gallery than the comic book store filled with comics. The urban art gallery, if you will. Some of my favorite art are from comic book artists, like the great Stan Lee, Alex Ross, Todd McFarlane, Frank Miller, Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, Bob Kane, and let's not forget Bill Finger. Everyone forgets Bill Finger. Bob Kane, then it's Bill Finger, but Bill Finger, then Bob Kane. God, no one knows that shit. Last year at San Diego Comic-Con, I happened to run into an old friend that was signing his first very own comic book. How awesome is that? His name is Andrew Curry. But before we drop ink on this beautiful blank canvas, allow me to introduce you to the new comic book of the day host, Sammy D. Monster.
Hey Cosmonauts, this is Sammy the Monster, and this is the comic book of the day.
Let's talk about issue 20 of House of Slaughter. This is wrapping up the Alabaster storyline. This story follows Bates, a white mask. He's kind of mysterious. He doesn't have any arms, he doesn't talk, and he's kind of the prodigal son. He's sent undercover to this foster home to figure out who is manifesting a monster. This story does a good job of exploring his dark and complicated past and how that influences what's going on right now. We also get to see his complicated relationship with his totem. But in this issue, we get to see the fate of Bates and the people at the foster home. We get to see more of the internal politics of the house, especially with the white masks. We get to see their relationships with each other, how they view each other, how they view death in general. There is a lot of moving parts, and the last few pages of this comic genuinely had me like just in shock. I was like, what does this mean? You know, in a good way. Like, I need to know what happens next. It's got lore, it's got gore. What else could you need? Check it out, and thanks for watching. Happy reading.
Thank you, Sammy. You can catch Sammy on Instagram, or you can check out Sammy the Monster Linktree. She has a lot of stuff. She has a YouTube channel. It's awesome. It's amazing. You can catch up on all the crazy cool comic book stuff. It's a brand new face to the Cosmo Show. Let's learn about art, because I'm kind of hungry for some Andrew Curry.
Which superhero was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby? A. Wolverine, B. Captain Britain, or C. Captain America? Stay tuned for the answer after the interview.
Andrew K Currey.
Cosmoe.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Welcome to my studio.
Dude, it's a beautiful studio.
Thank you very much.
God, all the art around here is all you.
Yeah. Lots of time and effort and very little social life.
How did you get into this?
Oh, I've been doing drawing or some kind of art making since I was really little. I did cartoons. I did lots of drawings of dragons. All the things that kids draw, like try to copy comic book pages and comic book covers into their sketchbook and try to see like how close can I get to it.
Mine was Todd McFarlane. That's what got me like.
Yes. Same.
I was looking at his comic, like the first time I saw a copy of Spawn.
Yeah.
I was like, it's all shadow and like edges, and that's how he's getting his detail within just shading.
And then he would have these like gestural lines that would spiral off to like small thick pieces of thread. Todd McFarlane and Sam Keith, the Max.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with those two comics, and then later that I saw that Sam Keith went on and did stuff for Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and that introduced me to Dave McKean, and that changed the way I sort of like what a comic cover could be. I felt that if I could reverse engineer how they did it, I could get into their mindset of how they were doing those drawings, why they were putting a line in a specific place. So reverse engineer the drawing.
Did you go to school?
Yeah, so I did my undergraduate at the University of North Texas. I grew up in Texas.
Oh shit. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
It's an instinct reaction. But yeah, I was born in Colorado. I studied painting, actually. I learned like old school oil painting, and then went and did my graduate studies at Otis College of Art and Design here in Los Angeles. And now I teach artwork. I teach how to do drawing. I teach figure drawing at Woodbury University and at the Armory Center for the Arts in Pasadena.
Nice.
When I'm not there, I am here in the studio doing this stuff.
So people can sign up for your classes?
Yeah, absolutely. The Armory Center for the Arts, it is a community arts center, so you can sign up for the classes. It's like 10 week. It's a 8 to 10 week program, depending on which one you do. Woodbury University is a university, so you have to enroll in college, and I teach figure drawing for the animation department.
How did you land in the comic books?
How
did you land with Boom?
I got hit up by a friend. My old friend Bree hit me up and said, "Hey, we need freelancers to come and work the booth for Boom Studios." So I went down there and I got to work with you as a freelancer.
Yep.
We got to run the booth, or not run the booth, but we got to run around the booth.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was.
I got to talk to a few of the people that were there. They caught wind that I do drawings, I do artwork. I showed them some of my work, and we kind of did email exchanges for better part of a year. And I ended up doing cover artwork as a variant cover artist for Something is Killing the Children, and that got released at San Diego Comic-Con.
Guys at home, this is trippy. I didn't know he was signing. I didn't know he did anything until I got to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm looking at Something's Killing the Children, and I see these covers, these beautiful white, beautiful covers, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, and then Harley, she was like, yeah, he drew those. I'm like, what? He did what? Can you tell me about that experience?
Oh, it was so cool, and especially because being there, having the comics on display, no one knew that I was there because it was my first comic cover ever. So I got to do a fun thing of work on the sales floor and like have people come, like talk to them, answer questions, and then when I did the signing, which you got to,
Yeah, I was like, he's doing his signing too. I'm like,
you got to be my bouncer, my hype man.
I got to be the bouncer, the bodyguards.
But yeah, it was me and Tate Bromball, the writer, and people come around and then they're like, you sold me this, and now yours. I was like, yeah, and so that was like, that was my own like fun kind of Easter egg reveal or kind of thing, and people.
It's a great humble experience.
Yeah, absolutely it was.
So are you doing any more covers?
Oh
for
yes,
them?
yes.
Yeah?
I've been doing so like since then I've been doing some covers. I did the Berserker cover for the
Keanu Reeves one.
the Keanu Reeves, the pen ink variant for Boom. I also did a cover for Skybound Studios for Dracula, the Universal Monsters Dracula, written by James Tynion.
That's what these ones right here, right?
Yeah, it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Berserker, and like this has such a great like golden spot foil on it.
That's so dope.
Isn't it? Also, I did some other retail variants. Coming up this next month, I have a pen and ink of House of Slaughter. that is coming out. Typically with a lot of cover artwork, I try to bring in some aspect of art history, either referencing like classical paintings, like with the Berserker, it's referencing old Renaissance depictions of Saint Sebastian, and with the Dracula cover, it's depicting biblical depictions of angels and cherubs of being, covered in wings, but replace those wings with bat wings. The skull cover I did for Some of These Kind of Children is a memento mori of how you see skulls in art history and what that influences of memento mori being Latin of remember you will die, as kind of a very somber kind of theme that runs through a lot of artwork from the Renaissance.
Yeah. Wow. So have you always been like a film buff? Like a film buff? History buff? Film buff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I went and did art restoration in Italy, and I was part of the Lorenzo de' Medici school doing their art restoration program, getting to learn classical rendering techniques, classical drawing techniques, classical painting techniques, and and it was also my first time getting to use gold leaf and getting an introduction to gold leafing.
What's gold leafing?
So gold leafing is the act of gilding. Gold gets pounded down into a very thin layer. You can apply some paste and you can lay gold in it. It has a reflective quality to it. So at San Diego Comic-Con this year, I had a set of 50 of the comics, and I did hand gilding of the dragon logo on the Erica Slaughter cover. Since then, I've had, as you can see, gold in a lot of the work that I do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I should get gilded one day.
We can do that now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But,
Here, give me one of those paws. Give me a.
Here, how about the gild on my finger?
Yeah, just lay that. Here,
All
we'll do a little gilding of that middle finger. We'll give you a little Midas touch right now.
Okay.
And so what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna paint this finger. So what we're gonna do is we got a little bit of gold. So this is gold leaf. This is 23 karat gold, and as you can see, it is incredibly thin. If I breathe on it too hard, it is going to completely blow away. So we're just gonna slap that on there. And we're gonna just apply that. Make it nice and polished.
Oh my God.
And
any advice for anybody at home that's like literally curious about art?
Oh,
I know there's
absolutely.
like so many different avenues, but I feel like you took all the avenues.
I always say I took all of it. I took a few random ones. I think some of the biggest lessons are never compare yourself to other artists. That is a road to madness that no one wins. Anytime I do a drawing, as soon as it's done and I send it off to either the gallery or the publisher, I'm sitting there looking at it just like, I could have done better. If I do one more shot of it, I can do it again. And so that's just normal though. That I think it's kind of embracing. You're always going to be trying to get better, and you're always going to be trying to work for it. You're never finished. You're always working on it. You're always learning. That I think is the biggest takeaway for being an artist. I think the other really big thing that I've learned is your market isn't what you expect. Yeah. And that's the one thing I've seen people like. So I've talked to students. They're like, how do you go about selling your work and everything else? It's like, well, who's your work being marketed to? Because there's who you intend your work to be marketed to, and then who is actually interested in your work.
Right.
And those may not be, because you may have an idealized form of like, oh, I want to see my work in galleries and museums and do all this stuff, and then you're like, actually, that might not be my road. My road might be a completely different group of people who are just going to be absolutely enamored with my work.
Now, one more thing. At San Diego Comic-Con,
Yes.
I happened to pick myself up a copy. It wasn't signed, but I was like, I'll save it for one day. Me and you might be out somewhere, maybe, come over here, do an interview with him, do an episode, and get it signed.
I think there's a pin there too.
So yes.
All right, here we go. Yeah, let's get you situated, man.
Heck yes. It's amazing. It's an honor. It's like so awesome. I don't really go out and collect like autographs and whatnot, but when it's my friends, I'm just like, yeah, man, that's
Absolutely.
my friend.
Oh, look at that. And then we got that
Nice.
reflective quality with that red spot foil. I love the
Yep.
spot foil. Spot foil is
too.
so cool.
All right.
Cilantro.
So what? Cilantro?
Cilantro.
Cilantro. Okay. Love piece of chicken grease.
Which superhero was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby? A. Wolverine, B. Captain Britain, or C. Captain America? Stay tuned for the answer after the interview. Which superhero was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby? Was it A, Wolverine, B, Captain Britain, or C, Captain America? And the answer is C, Captain America. Joe Simon and Jack Kirby's Captain America comic book debuted March 1st, 1941.
Andrew, thank you so much for your hospitality and that delicious stout. I'd like to go check out some of your classes and do a little workshop. Be cool. Follow Andrew on all of his socials. Check out his art on all the covers. Berserk, Something's Killing the Children, and let's not forget Dracula. Look at this. Magnifique. I can't believe it. You signed it right there. You signed it. Fanboy. Check it out. It's coming out this month from Boom Studios. Support the comic book. Support the artists. Become a Cosmonaut Patreon member for exclusive stuff. New things are coming. Everything new coming to the channel will be most likely dropped on our Patreon, just to give it a test field when way before we get it to YouTube. Find the show on Spotify for On The Go and Instagram to stay connected. You can also help by using the promo code Cosmo to get 10% off your purchase at w.gg and get an amazing energy drink supplement for your everyday multitasking art-making life. It's really helping, so go check it out. 10% off. Good stuff. I'm on it all the time. Be well, be excellent to each other. Plus, grab yourself a little love. Some peace, man. Chicken. And grease. Till next time. Thanks for watching and subscribing. You guys are the best. Check out this clip next, huh? Yeah. Or that one. I mean, check them both out while you're at it. Why not?